Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. In this video, I want to talk about a cartridge that I really like to shoot out of my AR-10 style rifle, an LR-308B. And that's 308 Winchester. And when I'm going to reload 308 Winchester, I want to reload efficiently, but I also want to get really good precision out of the rounds that I load. And this setup that I'm going to show you in this video reflects some experimentation and some trial and error, and I'm really liking the way that this ammunition loads with this particular setup. Here I've got the Hornady Lock-N-Load AP 5-station progressive reloading press. I've got the Redding National Match die set for 308 Winchester, and I've also got the Redding Instant Indicator, which I'm using in line here to check my brass trim length. It's a pretty cool setup. Let me show you how it works. So with this particular setup, in station number 1, I've got the sizing and depriming die. In station number 2, I've got the instant indicator with the solid plug inside. So it's basically going to give us an indication that's relative to how high the case mouth goes at the top of each stroke. I've got the powder measure in station number 3, which has been removed now for clarity. I'll add that back in later. We've got the Redding competition seating die, which is great because it's got this micrometer stem, which allows you to precisely adjust bullet seating depth. It's also got the floating collar design so that the bullet and the case stay in precise alignment all the way up the travel. Great die. I've also got the Redding taper crimp die for 308 Winchester, which I really like because A, it helps ensure consistent crimp, and B, if I've got any imperfections from my case prep, it helps to kind of smash that down around so that it's not going to be a raised burr, which in a semi-auto rifle could cause a jam. So we're going to use all 5 stations here. Wanted to show you real quick the trim length indication here with the instant indicator. So I'm going to put the case in station number 2. When we come up, we're going to see this bottom out. And within a thousandth or two, we're going to see what the relative case length is for each cartridge that goes through this press. Now I don't have to worry if I've got 2 batches of military brass, one that's been trimmed after one firing and one that's been trimmed after a few firings. I'm always going to know, and I've got this zeroed out at my optimal trim length, which is the case spec length minus 20 thousandths of an inch. So it can grow 20 thousandths before I'm going to need to trim that again. So if it goes up to 0, I'm at optimal. If it goes up to 20, I'm barely okay. If it goes over 20, I'm going to pull that aside and trim that before I continue. So let's take a look at what this looks like. All right, so we're in full progressive operation. Each time I'm going to hold the bullet in the collar so that we get good alignment there. Insert a new case and repeat. Now, the key is I'm keeping an eye over here to make sure that the instant indicator doesn't go over the 0 mark. You can see we're actually under the optimal trim length there, which is fine because we're only under by about 10 or so, which is totally fine. Taking a look, I can see that needle moving, which is telling me that I'm getting a good read. So as you can see, this is an efficient way to load because we don't have to go ahead and pre-measure all of the brass ahead of time. Feels like I need a little bit more lube on the inside of the case there. So there you have it. If you're going to be loading .308 Winchester, I highly recommend you use a progressive setup like this with some quality dies. The results that you'll get are worth the investment. Also, don't forget all the other resources that are available on ultimatereloader.com. Thanks.